Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video where today I'm going to rank every single COD Zombies map that has been released, and already you have been clickbaited because I'm not going to rank every single one because I haven't actually played all of them. Well, I played most of them, but you already got clickbaited. I'm sorry for you to hear that, but you have been clickbaited. It's not going to be everyone. Some of them I haven't played yet, but a majority of them I have. And the reason why I wanted to make this video, for one, I've been getting into my love for Call of Duty Zombies. Like the prime of COD Black Ops 3, I was in there like swimwear. Like I was all over the zombies like community and everything, and it was a great time and everything, and kind of fell off as time went on. But recently my buddy's been wanting to give the game a shot, so I've been back into it and everything. I just want to do this because I stumbled across this old tier list I made, which was I put out right before I think Alpha Omega came out. Not the worst thing ever, but it's also opinions of mine have changed, and I kind of wanted to, you know, go into depth about this because, man, there's so many maps and so much great stuff there to talk about, and so I just wanted to get into it because, you know, why not? It's fun. We're gonna get into it. For starters, let's get one thing out of the way as far as one game is concerned. In fact, give me a second. So before we get into anything, let's just get this out of the way. Vanguard Zombies is absolutely unplayable trash, garbage. It doesn't even deserve a spot in the rankings. It is so bad. I don't know how anybody could find anything enjoyable about this. And to be honest, I've barely even played Vanguard Zombies. I played maybe like once, and it was terrible. And just from what the gameplay I've seen afterwards and everything, it looks just awful. An absolute shit stain on what is Call of Duty Zombies. But we're gonna get into it. I want to get out of the way right now just the maps I have not played to where I can't give a full, not review, but just thoughts on. So like, for example, we're not gonna rank Extinction because I don't consider that zombies. Infection I haven't played enough to give an opinion. Carrier and Descent I haven't either, though I know some of them are terrible and some of them are not as bad. I can't really get my thoughts on those. In fact, while I'm here, I'm just gonna get these out of the way. I'll put this in the new. Actually, let's put that as. It's not really zombies. It's its own thing, which is fine. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not anything that I've personally played. I've maybe played it one time and thought it was kind of forgettable. But moving on, other maps I really can't get my thoughts on. Shot Shuffle I haven't played enough of. Tiger Radioactive Thing or Beast from Beyond. I think none of these maps aren't that good, to be honest. I'll throw Raven and Redwoods also because I really have played that map maybe one time. And I didn't hate it, but again, not enough time to get my thoughts on. And then we got Shadowed Throne. I haven't given any time to. Tortured Path and The Frozen Dawn. We'll get into why because there's a reason for why I stopped playing World War II Zombies. And then Cold War. I really have not played enough of Mauer Totem Forsaken or Operation Deadbolt, just because I really just didn't give Cold War a fair shot. It's not bad. It's not bad by any means. It's not really my thing personally. But I've been recently getting back into it, and like it's actually really it's okay. It's all right. But I have played enough of a few of the maps. Outbreak. I'll say no. I didn't like Outbreak, but I played it one time, so I don't think it's fair. But all right. These are what we're gonna. This is the maps we're gonna be ranking. Let's just get into it. I'm just gonna pick one at random, and whatever it lands on, it lands on. And we're starting off with my boy Shadows of Evil, dude. Shadows of Evil. I love this map. This is an A tier map in my opinion. Shadows of Evil. So when it came out, it was not I want to say a casual friendly map because it was so involved with everything. But I remember when this map first came out, when BO3 first came out, when the map came out originally. There are two things that kind of like not hurt the map, but they changed later on to make it better. And that was the shared inventory. So like when you're picking up the worms, if someone forgot, if you're playing a 4-player game and someone forgot to pick up the worm, you have to run all the way back to the virtual site to pick it up. Instead, they made it to where it was shared inventory, and it made the flow of the map so much better. And when the Margwas appeared, when the map first came out, only one map at a time would open, and I didn't really like that, to be honest. It felt more tedious with the Margwas, but they eventually did make it to where multiple maps were opening at the same time, and it felt more fluent and felt a lot easier to control with the Margwas. And overall, the map is just phenomenal. I mean, layout wise, it's great. You got the 3 breaking paths with like waterfront and everything like that. The Wonder Weapon, I mean, dude, the freaking the Polygon Servant is absolutely goated. One of the best, if not the best, Wonder Weapon of all time. And just, dude, the map layout is so good in that map. I love it. It introduced Widow's Wine, which is a great perk. It's great, man. I love it. It's a little bit much at points, especially with everything to do with the beasts and everything, and opening everything up. And Easter eggs pretty good, but I'll never forget when me and my friends do an Easter egg We got to the final part. I'll never forget this. We got to the part where it was like the infinite beast mode, and we were stuck on that part for like an hour trying to get it to work. I'll never forget that. It got to the point where it was so late that night we had to stop and do it again like the next day or something like that, and we were again stuck on it for like an hour, and somehow it worked. Somehow we got it to work. I'll never forget that. It was so funny. But outside that, the Easter egg was pretty solid. Oh, and I forgot to go over how I was gonna rate these maps. So we're going over. There's definitely like a personal bias definitely with these maps. My main thing is gonna be like gameplay, so how fun the map is to play, and I think the game in which it was in will also very much affect that. Like certain games mechanics, in my opinion, were better than others, so it'll affect the rankings for me. I'll also go into so gameplay is like, you know, the map layout, you know, just is it a fun map to play and everything like that. We'll take into consideration like Easter egg and not really much storyline stuff, but like yeah, because I haven't played every single Easter egg. I'll be honest, some of them I've never gotten around to, and some I just haven't finished. And also it's how iconic the map is, because dude, when you think of Call of Duty Zombies, is certain maps stick in your mind, that's gotta mean something, and just stuff like that. So I'll take that into consideration, and just, you know, again, just a personal bias always comes into play. This is my ranking. You don't have to agree with it. That's totally fine. You may have your own ranking. It's okay, but just know mine is better. So let's get into it again. Yeah, Shadows of Evil, A tier map, phenomenal. We're gonna go into another map. Oh, what did I pick? Oh, somehow I picked 5. I don't know how it's working because my mouse is not on it, but 5. So, and I'll put it here, but 5. I used to really not like 5, and I'm still not the biggest fan of 5. It's a very hard map, very difficult map. But the more I played it, the more I kind of appreciated the layout of it with the levels, the labs, and everything like that. The characters you're playing as, you know, JFK and Richard Nixon, that's phenomenal. The Pentagon Thief is absolutely a great boss. It's definitely a unique boss for what it was doing. Like I said, it's a really difficult map. But I think when I originally was playing it, I really didn't appreciate it for that, I guess you could say, because I was like, oh, it's hard, I don't like it. But the more I play it, the more I've grown on it. I used to not really like it that much. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'll give it a C tier. It's C. It's fine. I don't mind it. I do feel like though it can get old fairly quickly. I feel like after you play a match 2 of 5, you've kind of gotten the feel of it and everything, whereas with other matches, a lot more to offer. But I mean, the bonfire sale, dude, freaking great. Love it. So I'm gonna give it a C tier. Pretty good. Let's move on. We got a lot of maps to cover, so we're gonna do Shangri-La. So Shangri-La has 2 full versions. You got the BO1 version, you got the BO3 version. The way to play Shangri-La, in my opinion, is probably BO3 version, but either one's good. Great spots of this map is it's beautiful. It's a phenomenal looking map. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's very hard, very close quarters, very tight. But I kind of enjoyed that though. I always liked Shangri-La, and the main thing I liked about Shangri-La is I had so much fun doing the Easter egg. I know it requires 4 people and can get kind of teased, but dude, it's a great balance of being challenging but also interesting, especially with the whole story of Brock and Gary. That was really cool. The baby gun is one of my favorite Wonder Weapons ever. It's so great. The layout of the map it's annoying, because the flow, it has a good flow to it, but it's also very difficult and tight cornered, and you can get in some spots like the mud trap and everything's kind of annoying. It's actually really annoying, I wouldn't lie to you. But dude, the Easter egg was great, the baby gun's great. I like Shangri-La a lot. It's not my favorite. I'd probably put it like at a B. I think it's a B tier map. Shangri-La is a lot of fun. I don't like it. I don't dislike it as much as other people do. I like the aspects that it brings a lot. But I do agree that there are certain aspects to it that do bring it down. The special zombies, I never really had too much of a problem with. The fire one was kind of annoying, but the trigger zombie, I was always like a good way to spice up the gameplay and everything. And the monkeys were cool too, where you could get like a perk bottle and everything, which was really fun. I like Shangri-La. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's a solid B tier. And B tier to me is like a good map. It's just good. It's good. Maybe not great, but a pretty good map. So that's that one. Let's see what we're gonna get here. We're gonna do a little bit of random. We're gonna get Zetsubou no Shima, my boy. So for those who don't know, I am a BO3 lover. I think BO3 is by far the best zombies experience. And it's not. I didn't start on BO3, but I think BO3 perfected it. Zetsubou no Shima is a good map. I think it's a low B tier map. When this map first came out, it got haunted with like glitches and just not working. But when I got into more, and there are some gripes to it, setup on this map can be a nightmare. Thank God they came out with a patch after it came out to where in solo allowed the door prices were lower. That really helped with like just solo playing this map. It introduced some great guns like the Marshall 16s are fucking goated. I wish they were on other maps. God, I wish they were on other maps. The Easter egg was, dude, the Easter egg is piss easy. My friends and I literally did it on the first try. It's good, not so much for the boss fight, because the boss fight is kind of whatever, but the area you get from being the boss fight is a great area for like just camping and whatever. The cutscene, dude, the ending cutscene of Tsushima is one of the best cutscenes in Zombies. It was so good with Takeo's story and everything. The layout of the map, I really do enjoy. The spider boss fight, also fucking phenomenal. So good. Yeah, this map's really good. Really solid. It's a solid B, probably lower end of B. Is in my spoiler, it's probably one of the lower end maps of BO3, but I like it. I like it that it was so different than anything we've seen with like the planets and everything. All the planets were pretty annoying to do at some points. I appreciate it. It wasn't that bad. And there's a lot of cool like little Easter eggs and power-ups you get on the map to make it, you know, more interesting. And the KT4, while me personally I'm not the biggest fan of the KT4, I understand how good it is for just like getting to high rounds and everything. So I cannot take away of how good the KT4 is as a wonder weapon. Even though me personally I'm not the biggest fan of it. Just I don't know, I never really vibe with it like other people do, which is, you know, fine, totally fine if you like it. Totally good. It's good, but you know, it's not my thing. So yeah, alright, Call of the Dead. Call of Dead's interesting, dude. So I started playing Zombies around the when BO1 was getting released and everything, but I didn't start playing it regularly until after the DLC cycle of BO2. So Call of the Dead had a celebrity cast, which is really, really cool. Love that. It has one of the best layouts, I feel like, in Zombies. The layout of this map feels so good. I didn't appreciate it much when I first played it, but playing it more, I really liked it more as it went on. George Romero, may he rest in peace, is actually a really good zombie boss. He really adds a lot of flavor and variety and different, it keeps you on your toes, like I should say, in the map. And also, Call of Dead finally got hit with round 100 recently. I think like a month ago, someone finally hit round 100 on Call of Dead. So this map for the longest time was like impossible to get high rounds on because the wonder weapons are the VR11, which, you know, has its quirks to it. I'll say that. And then the scavenger, which falls off around like 40, 30, 40, something like that. So, you know, not the greatest, but yeah, Call of Dead's really good. The Easter egg to me it's okay, but it's not much to it. I think it's better as far as like the story wise because the Easter egg you can get done in like 3 rounds. You just go around, hunt some stuff, and like it's cool for like what it is as far as like towards the story aspect of it. But as far as like gameplay wise, it's really not much to it. I'm gonna give it a B. I feel like it's another low B one. I like it. It's good. It's got its perks to it. I just feel like there are better maps than it, in my opinion. Alright, so moving on, we're gonna have, oh god, Transit, holy shit. So we're gonna have our first, actually, I think, garbage map. Look, I'm not a Transit guy, I never was. I know people have come around to this map and, like, have, like, some, like, weird Stockholm Syndrome with it, where it's like, oh, it's so bad, it's good. Dude, Transit is one of 2 maps, in my opinion, that were such missed potential, because if this map came out on later gen hardware, I feel like it could have been really good, because the reason why this map sucked is because of things that it was hindered by being on last gen with the denizens and the fog and just the way everything is so spread out. I was just not a fan of. Nothing about Transit makes me want to go back and play it. Like, it doesn't look good. I understand its point. It's like apocalyptic. It's all brown and reddish fire. I totally understand that, but I feel like you can do that aesthetic and still have it be worth playing. I don't think Transit has that. The bus is annoying. The Avogadro is just whatever. Like I said, denizens are the bane of my existence. They fucking suck. I'm not a fan of Tombstone in this map. And the buildables, I appreciate that it introduced buildables and everything, but some of the stuff, like the turbine, dude, like I felt that was just so annoying. And dude, pack punch on this map fucking sucks. Like you can like it like closes or whatever, and it's just such a nightmare, dude. I hate playing Transit. And the Easter egg is so, dude, I've never attempted the Easter egg on this map because all my friends refused to go back and do the Easter egg because it was so tedious and annoying. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of says something to where none of my friends would go back at me because I never did BO1 ones or whatever. We went and played all the BO1 Easter egg. I have never played the Transit Easter egg because none of my friends want to go back and play that garbage. I feel like it says a lot about it. Jet gun sucks. I understand there's like a weird way to make it look good. I don't care. The jet gun's annoying. It sucks. It breaks. I don't like it. Transit is F tier. I'm sorry. I never got around with Transit. Moving on, we're gonna have Der Riese, dude. Der Riese is an A tier, and you could easily put it into S. This is one of the most iconic maps of all time. Dude, the catwalk, need I say more? Like, it's just Pack-a-Punch, and the way you got Pack-a-Punch was really easy, just like the 3 teleporters. You know, these 3 separate areas and everything. I feel like it did a good job of the layout as far as like having a main area and having branching off sections that each felt meaningful. I feel like the layout of this map is so good. Like I said, it's absolutely iconic with the catwalk and everything, and just the starting room. And you got like, you know, the hide and go seek Easter egg, and you know what I mean. It's so good. Der Riese is so good. I feel like the preferred way to play it is the Giant, which I'm gonna rank the Giant now because it's basically the same match just on BO3. They're both A tier in my opinion. I do think the Giant's a little bit better just because it's on Black Ops 3 engine and mechanics, so I feel like it just automatically makes it a better experience. But you could go back and play OG Der Riese, and you can have a blast. The Wunderwaffe, dude, I understand the World of War version is a little bit weird with glitches, especially with like the jug and everything, but still excellent. Still absolutely excellent, phenomenal map. Like I said though, I would probably prefer to the Giant because I'm just a BO3 lover, but that's just my opinion. And in case you're wondering also, for example, Shangri-La is like BO1 and BO3, I'm putting them all in the same, to be honest with you. There is definitely a preferred version, but I feel like it still encompasses the same aspects to it, I guess you could say. So let's get out of the way as we are going to go to Großenhaus. So our first entrant as far as World War II zombies. It's a small little survival map, but honestly, it's pretty good. Not bad. I think I give it a high C, dude. It's fun. The few times I remember playing, because I played World War II zombies since like so long, dude. It's been so long. I was not the biggest fan of World War II zombies. I didn't hate it per se, but I was just not a fan. But Großenhaus is good. Easy little survival map. It's a great challenge. And it wasn't bad. It was not bad at all. Not much to say about it though. It's just, you know, fun. We're gonna have Nuketown Zombies. Nuketown is so weird because like it's kind of, I put it in D tier. I respect the challenge for it and everything, the challenge aspect to it or whatever. But there's not much going on. I mean, the perks coming down every like 5 rounds or so is kind of cool, but it's not like anything crazy. There's cool little Easter eggs with like Marlton and the bunker and everything. But I mean, it's just like survival zombies, and also the layout is kind of annoying. I get why they did certain aspects like blocking off certain regions, but a lot of time playing this map is just, it feels constricted to what you can do and everything. And I don't know, it's just not something I go back and play over a lot of the other maps. So that's why it's only in D tier. Moving on, we're going to now go into Zombies in Spaceland, which is really the only Infinity War Zombies map I've given enough time to give a ranking. But it's a great map. I think it's low A to high B. I think I'm only going to put it in high B though. It's got really cool wonder weapons. I think the layout of the map is really cool as far as like the idea of it and just how it plays. I mean, the whole music part of things is really cool. I've only played it a handful of times, but every single time I played it, I thought it was really good. Not much to say about it, like I said, because I didn't play a lot of Infinity War Zombies, in fact, if any at all. But I gotta give respect to Zombies in Spaceland. It really did do good for like the very beginning map, and I wish IW was able to continue that momentum with the rest of the maps, but didn't really do that, so unfortunate. Alright, let's move on. Next one's gonna be Ancient Evil, our first BO4 entrant, and Ancient Evil, really good map. Honestly, really solid. I'm not the biggest BO4 fan. In fact, I'm kind of a little bit of a hater of it, and we'll get into that more as we go on with the other maps. But Ancient Evil is good, man. Like the layout of it a lot. I like the Easter egg was fun. The Pegasus is a really interesting, unique boss battle. The gauntlets are freaking great. I'm not as big on the gauntlets as I know as other people are, but I cannot undermine how good, especially the blood gauntlet, how good that thing is. And I just really like the layout of the map. The layout of the map is good, and the story. And if this was like the first map where I actually gave kind of a shit about the Chaos storyline, and it's unfortunate it ended here because I feel like they could have done something okay with it. So storyline wise, it was good too. And overall, Ancient Evil it was good. It was actually really, really solid. I was very, very pleased with Ancient Evil when it came out. It is in a low A. It's a low A for me. Alright, let's see what we got now going on. I didn't click anything there. Ascension! Dude, Ascension, people will love Ascension. I'm not as big on it as I know other people are, but I'm still gonna give it like a high B. First, like, I guess you could say big Easter egg they ever did, and not the only, it's kind of forgettable. The only aspect of the essential Easter egg I remember is when you had to stay in the same spot for like 60 seconds or something like that. I don't know why, I just remember that part for some reason. This map's good, has a really solid layout, really good layout actually. I'm not as big on it as other people are, but I can't deny how great it is as far as just everything about it. The rocket, you can blow up the rocket and everything, that's really fun with the ray gun and everything. Yeah, Ascension's good, it's really good. I just don't think there's anything about it to me that screams top tier, but I can't deny how good it is. So I'm putting a high B. As we're gonna move on to Die Rise, and unfortunately Die Rise to me is also an F tier map. I fucking hate Die Rise, I don't like playing it. Some of the weapons on are fun, like the PW and AN-94. The Circle Fire is goated. I love the Circle Fire to death, but I hate the layout of this map. I hate the Easter egg. I tried it one time, my friends, and it was so fucking tedious and annoying. It's getting a remaster though. Shout out to Mr. Lexify, and I think it's Zella and Dobby are also working on it with him. I can't remember, but hopefully it's good. I was never a big fan of Die Rise. I think Who's Who on this map is absolutely worthless and garbage. Just not a lot of good redeeming qualities with this map, man. Not a big fan of Die Rise. It's an F tier. It's still an F tier. I always had it in there. I was like, dude, there's gotta be some aspect of Die Rise that I kind of enjoy with it. Can't think of it. Can't think of it. Die Rise is F tier. As we move on to Buried. Funny how we get Buried to Die Rise. Dude, Buried is finally a good Victus map, bro. Buried is an A. It's an A tier map, man. I love Buried. The more I think about it, the more I really enjoy it. It's a very easy map. I remember Buried was one of the first maps when I started playing zombies, because I started playing zombies normally after the DLC cycle for BO2 came out, when I finally like owned the game. And because for those who don't know, when I first started playing zombies, my first memories playing zombies was playing like Knockdown Toad and like the Reese and like Kino, but I didn't actually own the games. It wasn't until, like I said, after BO2 was when I actually like owned it and could play it regularly. And Buried was one of the first maps where I actually felt like comfortable with zombies, starting to get a feel for it and getting good at it. But it still had a good amount of challenge to it in certain aspects, especially with like the Easter egg. The witches are a cool little thing. The maze is fun. The paralyzer is really good. I'm sad they nerfed it. I'm sad they did a nerf a lot of the guns in freaking BO2 zombies. It really, or just BO2 in general, really just made it like unfortunate. But I like Buried a lot. Buried's a lot of fun. Leroy is an absolute goat. Like I remember we always just used Leroy to lock the box down in that one main area of the town. And dude, it was just a lot of fun, man. I really did enjoy it. And dude, Voltrade is so good. Buried Voltrade is absolutely goated perk. Absolutely, I wish it came back. It has came back in like certain aspects, like depth perception, but like we never got a full-on revival of the same perk. It's very unfortunate. I know it's in custom zombies and everything, but I don't have a PC. I don't play it on PC, so I can't experience it, unfortunately. But yeah, man, Buried is absolutely a really good map. It's really good. Really enjoyed it. As we're gonna get into Mob of the Dead. This is gonna be our very first S tier, man. This map, I think this is the first map that I really loved from Call of Duty Zombies. Has an incredible story. The Easter egg, when you get down to the Easter egg, it's not a lot to it. It's just you fly a plane over 3 times and then it's kind of whatever. But dude, the story and just the aspects of it made it so good. The characters are so iconic. I love the characters of Mob of the Dead. Probably my favorite like one-off characters as far as like a map goes. It's either them or Shadow's crew. I think I give it to the Mob crew. Layout of this map is so good. Dude, training in the cafeteria with the vitrolic withering was absolutely phenomenal. Electric Cherry on this map, so good. It was never as good in BO2 as it was anywhere else. Like BO2 Electric Cherry is absolutely phenomenal. Like the combination of the vitrolic withering, which is the upgraded acid gap, Juggernog, Speed Cola, Electric Cherry, and a shield. You were untouchable, dude. And it was so much fun training in that cafeteria. So iconic. I love it so much. Mob of the Dead to me was what made BO2 Zombies come full circle. Absolutely goated map. Phenomenal. I love it. Alright, moving on. We're going to do, 9. 9 is also, I'm upset we're getting spoiler the best maps of BO4 all the way early, but 9 is my favorite BO4 map, and it's also an A. I really like 9, and I really thought 9 was going to be the map I enjoyed the least out of what was originally released when BO4 first dropped. It ended up being my favorite. I loved the layout of this map. with the Coliseum in the middle, or like the fighting area, and you had the 4 different branch off points, and then the underground. It was so good. The Easter egg on this map was okay. I really enjoyed the boss fight. The boss fight with the elephant was great. The wonder weapon's alright. Not the biggest fan of it, but it's whatever. It was unique, I'll give it that. One of the biggest gripes with BO4 Zombies for me was the perk system. But I feel like the perk system worked the best in 9. Just the way it was laid out with the 4 sections and everything, it made sense, and I was like, okay, I can get behind it. But yeah, one of the things I hated about BO4 Zombies was the perk system. And just mechanically, I was not a big fan, but that's besides the point. 9 was just really good, man. Great layout, great flow. Again, story and then Easter egg wise was kind of whatever, but the final boss was really good. Yeah, no, I enjoyed 9. 9's a lot of fun. I uninstalls BO4, which we'll get to later, but there's only 2 maps I can say I'll miss playing, and it'll be there's 2 maps, and it's 9 and Ancient Evil. So, moving on, we're going to go to Origins. Okay, Origins is very interesting. So when I initially started playing zombies, like legit for realsies, not playing it there. One of the first maps that we played a lot was Origins, because it was just right after Origins dropped and everything, so everyone was still like big on it. And for me as a zombies player, I wasn't ready for like all the big objectives that came with like Origins, those kind of maps. I was still trying to get used to like the whole survival thing. So when I first played Origins, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I thought it was kind of whatever. But as time went on and I got better, I really appreciated Origins and what it did. Phenomenal Easter egg, phenomenal wonder weapons. It's funny with the wonder weapons too, because in my friend group, they all had like their own like staff they picked. Like Josh had the lightning staff, Nick had the fire staff, Nick and our friend Jared had fire staff, and Sean had the wind staff. So I got stuck with the ice staff, but the ice staff is the best staff. So like, who really got stuck with it? You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy how it worked out. But no, dude, I love Origins. It's really good. It's not S tier. It's not one of my all-time favorites, but it's like top of A. I think it's top of A. Actually, the more I'm thinking about it, it's S tier. It's S tier. It's gotta be S tier. I think it's the lowest S tier for me personally, but it's so much fun. Now, I actually will say I prefer playing the BO2 version of Origins as opposed to the BO3 version. I don't know what it is, because it feels like Origins should be a BO3 map. It feels very much in that like essence, but I don't know. I always liked it better on BO2. I don't know why. Weird. But yeah, no, Origins is S tier. I can't think of a single thing about it I dislike. It introduced the Primus group, which is my favorite version of those characters. It was great, absolutely great. Moving on, we have Bus Depot. Bus Depot is F. All you got is a starting area of transit with a box, and that's it. It's not much to it. I would not go back to play except for like the memes. It's not much to say about it. It's Bus Depot. It's there. Moving on, we have Town. Dude, Town is the best survival map in all of Call of Zombies. I love Town. I love the layout of Town. It's so fun to just pick up and play. I think it's an A tier map, bro. I love Town. I could play Town any day and I'm not mad about it. Like I said, it's a great layout. It made the town area of transit feel more alive, if that makes sense. It was great. I loved it. I always have good times, good memories playing Town. So going on, we have Kino der Toten. Now, for the longest time, I would put Kino as my favorite map. Best Call of Duty map of all time. Kino der Toten Black Ops 1. Not anymore though. I understand there's a lot of flaws to it that people have, which are very valid. But I still think the layout on this map is really good. I still think the stage one was iconic spots in all of Call of Duty Zombies. It introduced the Thunder Gun. I think it's an A tier map, man. I still love playing Kino. And in the BO3 version of Kino, it makes it look absolutely stunning. It looks really good, to be honest, and that's great too. I really love Kino. I think like I said, the layout of it, I think is really good, well done. I don't know. There's something about Kino. I feel like it's just good. I like it. Moving on, Gorod Krovi is an S tier map, man. I love Gorod. I'm a huge Gorod fan. I think the layout of the map is near perfect. I love the Pack-a-Punch area, how you ride the dragon over. I love all the little side Easter eggs you can do in the map. I love the special zombies give a great challenge. The Easter egg I've actually never finished because my friends and I always get stuck on the challenges. But It's different as opposed to other maps because I don't get frustrated with it in the aspect of the game mechanic wise. It's just the fact that it's a good challenge. I love the Easter egg up until that point. I haven't played the boss personally, but I know the boss is like Revere is one of the best boss fights, so I think that helps it too. You know, I haven't personally like played the boss fight, unfortunately, but dude, I love Grog Crovy. I played the ever-loving pissed out this map when it came out. I believe in BO3, I was already a Prestige Master before Revelations came out, and a lot of that was due to this map, man. I loved Grog Crovy. I played it so much when it came out, man. It was great. I love it. Absolutely S tier. Moving on, The Machine, which is the first map for Cold War Zombies, and I think it's good. I like the layout of this map a lot. I don't know much about the Easter egg because I haven't done it personally, but it's solid. I give it like a low B. I feel good with low B. I do feel like it has a really, really good layout. I feel it has a good layout, a good feel to it, and it's fun to play. I think that the Wonder Weapon, the die, is decent too. Haven't played a lot of this map. I still need to go back and play more of it, but it's good. It's solid. It's funny. A lot of the lower tier maps I think are gonna be towards the end because they got Moon. So for those who I wanted to say this in the beginning of the video, I kind of forgot to. I'll say it now. But for those who don't remember, the last time I put like Zombies content on this channel was when me and my friends were doing a ranking of all the maps at that time. You can check out those videos if you want to. You don't have to. They're old and kind of outdated, especially with me, because a lot of the opinions I put in that video I don't agree with anymore, and a lot of those have to do with Moon. So I was a big Moon hater, and I still kind of am. I'm not as big on Moon as other people are, but the BO3 remake of Moon really helped change my perspective on it. I feel like it looks a lot better, because dude, OG Moon doesn't look great. It's all gray and stuff, and I get it. It's like, oh, it's the Moon, of course it's gonna be that way. But like, dude, it doesn't look that great. The astronaut Iceland thing is very annoying as a boss zombie, but the BO3 remake really helped me appreciate it more. The Wonder Weapons are great. All little like special weapons they brought in with like the QEDs is really good. And, like I said, the wave gun, zap gun. The Gersh didn't come in with Moon; it came with Ascension, but the Gersh is a great weapon too to be utilized. The Easter egg, phenomenal. I love doing the Easter egg, but my biggest gripe actually with Moon is the excavators. And my biggest gripe with the Easter egg is how RNG based it is. Because with the Easter egg for Moon, they even started doing it, you have to get a certain excavator. And dude, I remember trying to do the Easter egg for Moon, and we didn't get that excavator to like the 20s, like 2 or 3 times trying to do the Easter egg. It was so irritating. But once you actually get going with the Easter egg, it's absolutely phenomenal. Especially storyline wise, it's great. One of the best Easter eggs when it gets going, because a lot of it is RNG based, which is like a problem with a lot of the BO1 Easter eggs, because a lot of it had to do with getting the Wonder Weapons. They're all in the box. Moon is decent. I'll give it a C. I know people love Moon. I get why. I used to have it down low in D. I used to really not enjoy it. I'll enjoy it more definitely, but I don't enjoy it that much. I'm still not a big fan of Moon, but I can appreciate it for what it is. There's just certain aspects of it, like the whole flip-flopping Jug and Speed Cola in Area 51. I'm still not a big fan of either. I feel like it's kind of like a weird gimmick they did with that map. And the layout of the map is just okay for Moon. But Moon is fine. It's fine. It's a C tier, in my opinion. Moving on. The Feiner Reich, which was the first big map for World War II Zombies. Solid map. Solid. I think layout-wise it's pretty solid. World War II Zombies though, it's just all around okay. I think I'll also put this high C. High C. I'm not the biggest fan of Feiner Reich, but I can't say it's the bad map. It just didn't grab me. It didn't grab me the way I wanted it to. I could say it for, World War II Zombies in general. But it was fine. It's okay. I would go back and play it, but I'm not in any rush to ever. Like, when I think about it, I would play every map in B over Feiner Reich. Moving on, we have Blood of the Dead. So Blood of the Dead is tough. I used to have Blood of the Dead down here in F. I used to absolutely hate this map, mainly because it was so inferior to Mob. I think the Easter egg is absolutely garbage. I hate the Easter egg for this map. The final cutscene is great. It's absolutely great, but dude, The Easter egg is so bad. There's so many garbage ass steps, and that's my biggest gripe. Also, another gripe I have at BO4 is a lot of the Easter eggs have these just stupid, tedious steps that just make my brain hurt, dude. And Blood Dead's no different. I think the layout for this map is too big. I think it added way too much to the original mods to make it just overwhelming, and I still don't like playing it. I still do not like the layout of Blood Dead at all. I appreciate that the spots they did include with like Rift Hoffman's lab and the Warden's house. Like, in theory, I appreciate it, but it was just they got rid of the Golden Gate Bridge, and indeed that was one of the best parts of Mob. Blood Dead high rounds on this map is pretty good. The Magma Gat, I actually am a fan of. I actually do like the Magma Gat a lot. I don't like it as much as the Acid Gat, but the Magma Gat was pretty good. I've actually, this is one of the few rounds I've gotten to round 50. I've only gotten to round 50 on like a handful of maps. This is one of them. High rounds on this map really isn't that bad. So Blood Dead, I still don't like it, but I'll give it a D. I'm not going to put an F. I don't think it's horrible, but I'm still not a fan of it. I think it was severely disappointing. I was so hyped up for this also with BO4 came out, and it just didn't do it for me at all. I was just so disappointed with it. The shield sucks, the freaking Ghost Key shield, I hate that shield so much. I can't stand it, it sucks. Moving on, we're going to have Drazendrok, immediate S tier. This is my favorite map of all time. I think I put the most hours of any map on this whole list on Drazendrok. Amazing layout, amazing wonder weapons. Not all the bows are great, but most of the bows are absolutely untouchable great. I've actually never made the fire bow because it's so hard to do, but that size, they're still great wonder weapons. The Easter egg is absolutely phenomenal. It's so easy to do. It's such a fun Easter egg. So where you should be playing the game and be like, yeah, let's do the Drazendrok Easter egg. Why not? And it's great, absolutely phenomenal. The boss fight is so good. Me and my friends it was such a big challenge for us when we finally got it. We felt so relieved. It's such a great boss fight. Great map for high rounding. I'm so sad they nerfed the Stormbow, bro, because, oh my god, before they nerfed the Stormbow, it was phenomenal. The Panzer, I forgot to mention Origins too. Panzer is an absolutely incredible boss. I love it. There's not a single bad aspect to the Drazendrok, in my opinion. Drazendrok is my favorite map of all time, and I don't think it'll ever change. I don't think it'll change. I think it's gonna stay that way. I love it. Moving on, I didn't click one. We have Classify, which is the remake of 5, and the more I think about Classify, the more I dislike it. Initially, I really did enjoy it, but now I think it's gotta put like in a C. A little bit better than 5. Classified. The Winter's Howl is a little bit better. I hate the Easter egg on this map. The fact that it's like 150 and you couldn't even reach it for like the longest time. I think it's so dumb to do. I hate that they did that. But the layout of this map is good. I mean, it's good, but it feels very reminiscent of 5. With obviously, it's like a few different areas and stuff. Classified is just okay. I used to be, like I said, a lot bigger on it, but over time, I've gone back to it less, and just, you know, to me, it's just kind of whatever. Moving on, Voyage of Despair. So when BO4 first got announced and we figured out we were going to get a Titanic map, I really did believe this is going to be my favorite map in BO4. I really did think that. And it was so unbelievably disappointing. The Easter egg sucks, the wonder weapon sucks. Like, I sit here and I don't want to put it in F. I will want to put it in D. But the more I think about Voyage of Despair and I try to think of like any kind of redeeming quality for it, I can't think of one. And it's got to be an F. I think it's like top of F, but Voyage sucks, dude. I think they went. This map is so confusing too to like navigate. It's just I respect what they were trying to do, make it so photorealistic to the freaking Titanic. Like, I understand that. I really do. Hats off to them. It's not fun to play. I'm so sorry. It's really not. The Easter egg, like, dude, when you're playing a Titanic map and the fact that the map doesn't even feel like the Titanic, it just feels like a ship. It feels like somehow like a regular ship. Like, the fact that the Easter egg didn't incorporate you somehow, I don't know, saving the Titanic or something like that, that kind of aspect to it, really, it felt like it didn't even feel like you were on the Titanic, bro. It just felt like you were on a freaking cruise ship. So it's just unfortunate. I don't like any aspect of Voyage of Despair. I've tried so hard to give it a shot, and I can't do it. Voyage is not a good map, in my opinion. I don't like it at all. I would prefer never to go back to it. The more I think about it, I would play Blood over Voyage for sure. All right, almost done. My voice is like starting to give way. I don't know why. I've been talking forever. The Darkest Shore is also an F tier map. when I first played War 2 Zombies, I was like, okay, this is fine. You know, not the greatest thing, whatever. I played the Darkest Shore, which was the second DLC, or the first DLC, I'm sorry. And this map was so bland and boring. This map was just a lot of fog and you're in a bunker. I was so bored playing this map. It turned me off from World War 2 Zombies. This map made me not want to even go to the rest of the DLCs. I remember playing this like 1 or 2 times with a friend, and I'm like, this is terrible. Like, it made me not want to play the rest of the maps. And for that reason alone, it's gotta be an F tier. It's gotta be an F tier. It literally made me not play, 3 more maps on this list, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, dude. Fuck this map. Darkest Shore sucks. Terrible. Bland, not fun, not compelling. Stupid. Moving on, Outbreak, which is the only Exo map I really gave a shot, and it's like fine. I'd put it like top of D. I could never vibe with Exo. I couldn't vibe with Advanced Warfare in general. Like, the movement in that game is so clunky to me, I could not get with it. I was just not a fan of it. And like, Outbreak's fine. It's okay. If I never played it again, I'd be totally content with that. It's just okay. We're getting to the end. Dead of the Night. So, Dead of the Night had such a bad release, and there was so much that was working against it, and there are certain aspects of this map that I do appreciate, but this map has probably the worst 4 group players of any game. They're so forgettable. I forget who's even you play as on Dead of the Night. And this map feels like the biggest collectathon of any map. Like, yeah, Origins has a lot of pieces to collect and stuff like that, and other maps do too. But Dead of Night feels the most tedious with the part to collect and everything. But the Easter egg is okay. The final boss is fine. The Wonder Weapon is really good. The Alice's Folly and Annihilator is really, really fun. And the layout of the map, honestly, a little confusing at first. My body and I kind of got with it. I think it's bottom of C. It's an okay map. It's just okay though. I'm not the biggest fan of Dead of the Night, but if I had to go back and play it, I would. It was fine. Alright, we're getting towards the end here, as we have Verrückt. Finally another World at War map. Jesus Christ, it took forever. Dude, I'm a big Verrückt fan. I absolutely love the layout, the aesthetic to this map. It's just such, the vibe of it is so well done. I love Verrückt. It's bottom of A for me. I know a lot of people like it, or not dislike it, but like aren't like huge on it. But I love the layout. I've been playing this map a lot recently because, like I said, my friend has been wanting to get into zombies, so we've been slowly going through the maps and everything. So we've been playing Verrückt recently, and I just love Verrückt. It's a fun map, dude. Low A, great, love it. Revelations. So Revelations is tough. Revelations was the last DLC map for BO3, and this had so much hype around it that I feel like nothing could have lived up to it, but it definitely did disappoint in certain aspects. Do I think it's the worst thing ever? No, not at all. There isn't a lot of innovation to it though. There's only like 2 new rooms. The Wonder Weapons are both old Wonder Weapons, the Apocalypse and Thunder Gun. But it's a fun map to play. I enjoy playing for Revelations. High rounds on this map, piss easy. I'll never forget. The second or third time playing this map, I was able to get to like the 50s. And a few times after that, I got to around 63 on like my 5th try. Very easy map, but it's fun. It's a fun map. I'm gonna put it in low B. Low B. I think if I had to play between Zetsubou and Enoshima or Revelations, I think I'd rather play Revelations, to be honest. I think I'd drop Zetsubou a little bit, put Revelations back up, call that in front of it. Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. It's a good map. Not, like I said, it doesn't feel a lot. The masks were cool and everything like that. Just nothing too grand about it, I should say. Like, it didn't feel like a finale, if that makes sense. Like, the ending definitely felt a little bit underwhelming, but you know, it wasn't as good of a finale as like Origins, for example. Moving on, Alpha Omega. So I actually played a decent amount of Alpha Omega when it came out. I don't hate this map, but I do understand there's a lot of like negatives to it. I'm gonna put it high D. I don't hate this map by any chance, but I can't deny the fact that it's very underwhelming. The ray gun Wonder Weapon like 4 variants are all garbage. I think one of them ends up being okay, but like the upgrading system for them, I remember was like so like tedious and dumb. The layout of this map is like, it's just Nuketown. They have like a bunker, and it's just whatever. The gas thing that you do with like the packet puncher thing is so annoying. I don't enjoy that at all. It's dumb. And the Easter egg for this map is so fucking easy. I remember me and my friend Rob, we just went into a game and we're like, yeah, let's just try the Easter egg. He said he watched a few videos and was like, I think I know what I'm doing, and I kind of just like went along for the ride and we did it without any real challenge. Piss easy Easter egg with like no challenge. I mean, storyline wise, it's cool because it adds like a little bit of backstory, like transit and everything, but I mean, it's not anything crazy. Moving on, farm. Farm is definitely whatever. I think it's the most bottom of D tier. Like, I'll play farm, but it's nothing spectacular. Grief on farm is really fun though. Like the the PvP mode you could play on BO2 on farm. It's pretty fun. I'm a fan of it. But farm as a map is just whatever. It's not bad. It's better than Bus Depot, but it's whatever. It's very whatever. As we get down to our final few, Shi No Numa is I respect Shi No Numa for what it did as far as the layout of it, with it having the 4 little quadrants. You know, rotating perks and everything. It's cool. The mud's kind of annoying. I don't love Shino. It's more of a lower C for me. But there are definitely, it's good, it's fine. It's a fine map, Shi No Numa is. It's just a long video, I'm just trying to get to the rest of them, unfortunately. As we get to, not that, no, not at all. We're gonna get into Tag Der Toten. So, fun fact about Tag Der Toten, this is the map that made me uninstall BO4 Black Ops 4. Because I absolutely despise the final step of this Easter egg. First of all, the Easter egg in general is kind of whatever. But dude, something about that final step when you're in the circle and like it's all the lava and everything. I don't know what it is about it. I cannot. I like trying to see in that like filter or tint or whatever. I can't do it. I always die. I get so pissed off. I got so pissed off the last time I did it. I uninstalled the game. Tag Der Toten is mid. It's not as good as Call of the Dead. There's some cool aspects to it. I like what they added to the map layout. I think what it did was fine. But like, dude, the Tundra gun sucks. Like, the Wonder Harvest of the map are so underwhelming. The snowballs are just whatever. Like, it's not bad. It's not great either. I think it's the lowest of C. If I had to choose between Dead of Night and Tag, I'd probably play Dead of Night. It's a C tier map in my opinion. Alright, last two. I think we gotta do Firebase Z because I think we should knock last. Firebase Z is okay. I think it's a high C. I've only played it a handful of times, but I do enjoy the layout of it. I think it's solid, and yeah, it's just that. Like I said, I need to give Cold War Zombies more time because I've only played them a handful of times to where I only feel good rating 2 maps, and I gotta give more time. But Firebase Z, it's fine. It's average. But Nacht Der Toten, the OG, is a very challenging map. It's got a really good layout for what it is. It was a passion project by the developers. It's what started it all. I think it's still a solid survival map, and I give it a C tier. I think it's a C tier map. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my tier list. I probably missed out on certain aspects of certain maps because like I said, I've been going for so freaking long. Yeah, almost an hour. This is my tier list. I can go more in depth of it in a nerd video or something like that if you ever want me to. And there it is, people. So that is my tier list. Let me know what you think. I know it's wrong. That's fine. But yeah, that's it right there. Boom. Let me know what you think. And with that, I will see you in the next thing that I do. Thank you for watching this, and I'll catch you in whatever I do next. Peace out.